McKinsey creates more Fortune 500 CEOs than any other firm in the world, but I can't think of any unicorn startup founded by an MBB consultant. Certainly, MBB people can't do anything on their own, but are very good at telling others what to do. All recruiters tell you not to lie on your resume, but they just lie to you that they would know about it. A first-year investment banker at a top-tier firm makes 20% more money but works 50% more hours than a McKinsey consultant. Just 60 seconds into the case interview, all interviewers already have an opinion about you, and 99% of the hiring decision is already made within the first 5 minutes. Yet, nobody is watching my How to Open the Case video. Each McKinsey office operates on a model similar to a brothel. They hire you, a consultant, and rent you out to projects for a premium fee. Say, if you are pretty and well desired by projects, they make money on you. But if you don't perform and stay on the beach, they lose money every week just to have you around. Every year, each McKinsey consultant attends a conference called Values Day, where they are repeatedly brainwashed about all the values McKinsey stands for. First-year consultants are taught to bring a notepad to client meetings instead of the more efficient tools like laptops or phones, for no productivity reasons. They do it just for the look. Bill Bain, they're working for BCG in 1967 with a starting salary of $17,000. He was widely considered the future successor of Henderson, BCG's founder, until he decided to leave, took 6 BCG consultants, and started his own thing. What a son of a... Anyway, the big 3 MBB almost didn't happen. No. The most popular words in a typical McKinsey project room are not structure, hypothesis, strategy, etc. It's f***. The most famous framework invented by BCG is the BCG 2x2 matrix. For McKinsey, it's the less influential 7S: structure, strategy, skill, system, shared values, style, and staff. Bain doesn't have any, so they created some bullshit called the Bain 5R: results, roles, relationships, rules, and resources. PD, the secret internal documents of McKinsey, those that secretly summarize all confidential learning, data, strategy, and common practice of clients, stands for Practice Documents. An associate at McKinsey is 3 years in the making, while an associate at BCG is just a newbie. Compared to Bain and BCG, McKinsey typically charges clients 20-30% more and pays consultants 10% less. Great job, McKinsey. While Bain and BCG were founded in the 60s in Boston, McKinsey was founded 3 decades earlier in Chicago. Most consulting case interviews do not last 45-60 minutes, as people say. No, you are not that important. Most interviews last about 20 minutes. If you catch an EM on the beach, you may get 25 max. 80% of consulting interviewers only have one case to give to every candidate they interview, and that case stays for a long time. The average pass rate of the whole recruiting process at MBB is around 1%. If you don't make it, don't be sad. Yeah, you are not as smart as we are, but certainly not dumb. McKinsey consultants always treat clients in a highly professional manner. But behind the curtain, they tend to look down on the clients, especially the lower level staff. The biggest management consulting firm in the world is not McKinsey, BCG, or Bain. It's Deloitte. A first-year consulting job in MBB is one of the highest paid jobs for college graduates. But that salary represents less than 1% of the project's revenue she participates in. Sheryl Sandberg and Sundar Pichai, 2 of the most powerful people in tech, are ex-McKinsey consultants. You can literally write a script for the case opening, apply it to almost all cases, and have a perfect case opening every single time. Yet nobody is watching my How to Open a Case video. 99% of resume applications are screened by first-year consultants. In a few months, you could be the one doing it. An MBB consultant typically works 60-80 hours per week and almost never on weekends. No. An intern at MBB doesn't make coffee or run printer machines like in other firms. MBB firms have team assistants for that, but the youngest consultant on the team always has to take care of Friday night parties. Most consulting firms don't have a traditional headquarters. They operate like a network. The slides at MBB are made to be read top down. Doesn't matter how much time you have, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 hours, or 2 days. You can always get the main message. You don't have to read the whole thing or wait until the end to get the satisfaction. The barcode was invented by McKinsey. There was a time when my brother and I were both at McKinsey, living in the same house, and we served 2 different banks directly competing against each other. A first-year consultant spends 10% of his/her time on emails, 10% on calls, 10% on meetings, 10% on Excel, and 50% on PowerPoint slides. In the first 5 years of one's consulting career, the consultant spends 80% of his/her time outside the home office. There's always a stereotype that consultants work a lot, but their morning often doesn't start until 9 a.m. and they rarely work on the weekends. Consultants are not supposed to reveal even the name of their clients even when everybody knows about it already. The most popular book about management consulting is When McKinsey Comes to Town, which is entirely about McKinsey's scandals. In most McKinsey projects, the final recommendation is already determined even before the project starts. All of those hypotheses, data, or conclusions are there just to justify the huge cost. In most McKinsey projects, a consultant on board has very little say about the final recommendation. It's most likely determined by the leadership even before the consultant is staffed. The consultant's job is just to gather evidence to prove that hypothesis. Nobody is ever fired by McKinsey, Bain, or BCG. He or she is just counseled to leave. McKinsey is often called the firm. Even as a junior consultant, you can always book a quick call with any high-ranked partner in the firm. Everybody in McKinsey has an unofficial obligation to help any consultant in need. McKinsey has 10,000 consultants in over 100 offices in 40 countries. Bain has 4,000 consultants in 70-plus offices in 40 countries, and BCG has 7,000 consultants in 90-plus offices in 50 countries. Most consultants can't stand useless facts. Everything has to mean something. Every fact needs a so what. Every piece of data has to prove or disprove something. So the fact that you, a past or future consultant, just spent 10 minutes here is mind-blowing to me. Now tell me, why did you do it?